Shifting focus now to a major update coming in from India. In the midst of that investigation into Monday's Delhi blast, a separate and widening crackdown taking place. The investigation centering on ricin, one of the deadliest biotoxins known to man. A chemical agent with no antidote, classified alongside military-grade nerve agents. So far, the Gujarat Anti-Terrorism Squad has arrested 3 men, including a foreign-trained doctor, allegedly attempting to produce ricin and planning attacks across India. On Friday, the Gujarat ATS recovered a sealed blue drum containing hazardous liquid, a seed oil press, sieves and funnels, industrial solvents, and several bottles of acetone from a house in Hyderabad described as a workshop. Now, this is where the main accused, Dr. Ahmad Moinuddin Saeed, a foreign medical graduate from China, was allegedly trying to isolate and concentrate ricin. A second ATS team is now in Uttar Pradesh following leads on the other 2 accused, 20-year-old Azad Sulaiman Sheikh and 23-year-old Mohammad Suhail. Investigators saying the trio surveyed potential targets, including the RSS office in Lucknow, Delhi's Azadpur Mandi, and the fruit market in Ahmedabad. Now, new details showing the 2 UP-based suspects studied at the same madrasa in Muzaffarnagar. Families claimed the men were innocent, focused on religious studies, but investigators say the 2 held extremist ideology, conducted reconnaissance of crowded locations, and sourced weapons allegedly sent by drone from Pakistan under a handler linked to the ISIS KP. And the reports go far to indicate a crude home-scale effort to isolate the toxin. Now, it's important to note here there is no established link between this ricin case and the car blast near Delhi's Red Fort early this week. Let's just put the focus back on that toxin, ricin, a highly potent toxin extracted from castor beans, the same beans used to produce castor oil. The seeds contain up to 5% ricin in their solid residue. It takes only a small amount to cause catastrophic damage. Ricin binds to the body's ribosomes, in fact, shutting down protein synthesis, triggering multi-organ failure and often death. There is no antidote anywhere in the world. Inhalation leads to respiratory collapse. Ingestion causes vomiting, hallucinations, seizures, organ shutdown. Death can occur within 36 to 72 hours. And this is why ricin is listed under Schedule 1 of the Chemical Weapons Convention, the same category as sarin and VX. Ricin has a long and dark history. In fact, it has appeared around the world earlier in some of the most notorious assassination and terror plots of the last century. In 1978, a Bulgarian dissident was killed in London in what is now a Cold War legend. A KGB-linked agent fired a ricin pellet into his leg with a modified umbrella. During World War I and II, several nations researched it as a possible chemical weapon. It was never deployed, but it remained on intelligence radars. From 1990 to 2003, Saddam Hussein's Iraq ran a ricin program experimenting with weaponization methods, details later uncovered by UN inspectors. And then in 2003, British police raided a London flat and found traces of ricin linked to a North African extremist cell operating in the UK. A decade later, 2013, the United States saw multiple cases, ricin letters mailed to President Obama and other senior officials. In 2018, one of Europe's most serious ricin threats came when German police caught a couple inspired by ISIS for building a ricin bomb inside their apartment. The German police seized enough to cause mass casualties, one of the largest ricin finds ever recorded in Europe. And across Europe, in fact, there have been multiple arrests of ISIS-inspired individuals trying to extract ricin from castor beans for crude weapons. As you can see, ricin has been a global security concern for a while now, but notably, no large-scale ricin terror attack has ever been successfully carried out. Therefore, what makes the current case in India so concerning is the combination of the lethal biotoxin accessible raw materials, a motivated extremist module, and weapons delivered by drones across the border. The ATS is still piecing together intent, capability, the extent of the conspiracy, but one thing is clear. The reappearance of Ricin in any terror investigation is a serious concern, a serious red flag, one that cannot be taken lightly. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.